Tatsuya Imai just had his introductory press conference with the Astros yesterday, and today we're gonna go over, kind of what he said, what happened, what Dana Brown was saying, what Jim Crane was saying, Joe Espada. Um, One of the things that stuck out to me was Joe Espada said we're probably gonna see a six-man rotation to start the year because they're gonna play 25 games, 27 days to start the year. And that's actually something I talked about in a previous episode. How one of the concerns with Amai coming from Japan was that how is he gonna handle having to pitch every 4 days? Well, six-man rotation, which are I think our rotation suits a six-man rotation better with the pitchers we have, with the lack of innings they have in their history and any all the injury history we have. I think it fits this team best to do a six-man rotation, and that is what they're gonna go with, it seems like. So that's good. It's gonna help Tatsuya and other guys in our rotation, help them stay healthy, help this team stay healthy for the full year because last year was horrendous, was a disaster. you know, and Amai obviously coming over from Japan, he's the only Japanese presence on this team. He said his first year he wants to prioritize getting used to how things are in the MLB, in Houston, in America, being in America pitching. And I think that's always the toughest part, especially for these guys coming over. You have to adjust. It's a completely different culture, completely different lifestyle. No one on your team, for the most part, is gonna know your language. You're kind of just on your own, kind of like a lost puppy. Another big thing, talking about injury, MI said he does not plan to pitch in the WBC, so that's great. He said he wants to get acclimated with all his teammates, kind of learn the Astros organization, get familiar with everybody, and I think that's great. You know, risk the risk of injury goes down a little bit when he doesn't go to the WBC. And obviously, I think the only guy going to the WBC from our coaching staff is Omar Lopez. But I mean, Omar's not going to be working with Imai anyways, So having him that extra time with Josh Miller and Ethan Kratz, I think is the name. It's either Katz or Kratz. I think it might be Katz actually. But having him stay around, continue to work with the pitching coach, that'll be a great thing, and just let him get used to his teammates a little bit. Even though we do have a lot of guys going over, not as many on the pitching side though. It's mostly in the lineup. Um, for those that don't know, Imai chose to wear number 45, and he said he chose that because his two favorite pitchers are Garrett Cole and Zach Wheeler. So I mean, hopefully we get a Garrett Cole effect with this guy. The last guy to wear 45 here, I think, was Ryan Stanek, the reliever. I mean, hit or miss, but number doesn't mean this guy's going to be good or not. But you hope you get Garrett Cole 2.0 with him. That'd be very fun. Um, Something that I thought was kind of cool was that during his press conference, Imai said that he woke up to an Instagram DM and follow from Josh Hader. So I like to see, Hader kind of stepping up, being a leader for the team, trying to get Imai comfortable. I like that camaraderie uh, I mean, a lot of people talk about the camaraderie in this clubhouse, how it's an easy clubhouse to come into, easy to get used to all the guys. So I like that, especially Hader being the superstar closer. Him and Hunter Brown are the two best pitchers on our staff, getting, just starting that friendship, getting these guys closer, getting Imai comfortable because that's going to be the tough transition from him coming from the MPB and from Japan and moving away from his home. Um, Tatsuya was asked about his personality, the type of person that he is, and he talked about how he just likes to have fun, whether it's baseball or non-baseball. He also says that he does like to have fun interacting with the fans and having good time with the fans. So that's pretty cool for everyone that goes to a game. You have a chance to have a conversation with Imai, maybe get an autograph. He seems to be a guy that's very just calm, likes to interact with the fans. I mean, if you guys haven't seen, he's gone to the Houston Texans game and the Rockets game since he's been here. He's been throwing up the H's, the hand signs. He's been with Jim Crane, so that's pretty cool to see. Um, he also said that Yusei Kikuchi reached out to him to congratulate him on signing with the Astros. So, and Boris also said that a big reason why they liked Houston was because of the success they had with Kikuchi. So that's pretty cool, helping Tatsuya feel comfortable about his decision, Houston's a great place, and we're hoping he's going to do great things here. Espada, Espada also mentioned that he's going to work really hard to learn Japanese to communicate with Imai. So it's great to see all these guys uh, on the team going the extra mile just to get Tatsuya comfortable. I mean, this is a guy that you really think can be your number two right behind Hunter Brown and can be a superstar pitcher. He's on that contract where he can opt out after this year and essentially becomes a 1 year deal. You obviously don't want that. You want this guy around for the long run. If you have each and every guy going the extra mile to make him comfortable, make him feel at home here, I think it gives us a better chance of him saying, "Oh, I want to stay," and everyone's gonna say, "Oh, well, yes, Scott Boras. There's no chance we're gonna get him back." Well, look at Altuve. He told Boras, "I don't want to go nowhere," so Boras got a deal done. If we can get Tatsuya in a similar situation where he's just saying, okay, this is where I want to be, make sure to get it done here, we have a chance to get him back. Um, I also like how he started his press conference and he said, "What's up, H Town?" This is in English, by the way. He said, "What's up, H Town? I'm ready to chase a championship. Let's go, Houston." So that's pretty cool. He's adhering himself to the fans, making that connection with fans. And there's just a lot of really positive things going on with this guy right now. Uh, Dana Brown and Jim Crane both talked about how they want to expand more into the Japanese market. Jim Crane talked about how they have scouts now down in Tokyo, I think, and Taiwan. So that's great that we're expanding. And slowly but surely, I think you're really going to see the Astros start to sign more Japanese players. This is obviously a start, but we've seen the impact that the Japanese market has, like for the teams like the Dodgers, how that Japanese market causes teams to make a lot of money. So you start bringing in these players from Japan, you start building a good reputation with that country. I mean, that's just more money in Jim Crane's pocket. It's obviously a great, passionate fan base over there from Japan. I mean, we see the dedication they have. So it would be great to bring over those fans here to Houston and just have more dedicated people watching the Astros. And, it's just looking like that's gonna be a really good fit. I mean, the things you don't worry about is the clubhouse, right? It's everyone that comes here, every time you see someone, it's always like, "Oh, it's a really easy clubhouse to walk into," right? And obviously we've seen that Josh Hader doing his thing, Joe Espada doing what he said he's gonna do, and that's because we haven't even talked about, I mean, the other guys in the clubhouse who are always very welcoming, like Correa and Altuve. So it's gonna be great, great, great things following. And I like that I mean, it's pretty incredible because I think the all the Japan players, you always see them, they always go to the WBC. They never uh opt out of it. So to see him I say, no, I'm not gonna pitch this year. I'm gonna focus on getting to know my teammates, getting to get acclimated here in Houston. I think it's really great thing to see that he's putting Houston and well, not Houston, but he's putting the Astros organization first, which is kind of crazy. And I think it's great. It's gonna help him out throughout the year, definitely. Um, this is just a really exciting signing, you know, especially here. We always do a great job of developing pitchers. We've shown that we can do great things with the Japanese pitcher. You know, I think this is gonna be fun, and I really hope Tatsuya does really good and helps his rotation. And you're hoping you can get kind of like what Senga did with the Mets his first year, where he was dominant, or Imanaga. Those guys came in, immediately dominated, really helped their teams. You're hoping you're not getting too much of a period where Tatsuya struggles, because you really don't need that right now, especially he's on a 1 year deal. You need him to produce pretty quick, so you're hoping you can get a situation like that, and I think you will. I think this guy seems to be a really hard worker. He really wants to be good, and especially with you combining with the pitching factory we have here, I think it's going to be some very, very good things that happen. And, hopefully we get him to pitch some postseason baseball, right? Deep into October. But, other than that, that was pretty much what happened during his press conference. And I'm excited to get to the start of the season. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.